the really sharp chipper company. I am Milton, son of a carpenter, married dad, a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter. I get to tell parables. And this is my Tommy Parable series about Tommy the no-armed Chinese fella, average worker of the Oriental streets, a Chinese unseen business. His boss Wu gave him a test of loyalty. A management test told him to stick his right arm into a wood chip. They love blind obedience in the Orient. And Tommy's always been that, blindly obedient. He slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper, lefty, the left arm. Saw what was going on with righty, the right arm, and was of course surprised and jumped off, leaving Tommy with no arms but a promotion. He's bossing a whole lot of folks around. It was a management test. In our unseen business, a fiction, our streets fiction. He also met his girlfriend, Aria, does a real mean snake dance now that he's missing both arms. Always been scaly, always talks with a harsh lisp, and he likes to stick his tongue out a lot. Now that he is missing both arms, he does a very mean snake dance. Won her heart. But this isn't even about Tommy. It's about stuff that's going on the streets, the unseen business. As a result of the Tommy Parable series. Charlie runs a company, the really sharp chipper company. He's sitting behind his desk and there's a phone call. He answers it, and he says, "Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Long. I'll get our top-of-the-line model on the way to China tomorrow." Hangs up and he turns to his assistant, Woody, and he says, "Ka-ching." And Woody says, "Why do they need so many wood chippers in China?" And Charlie goes, "How should I know? Maybe they got a lot of trees." Let me give this next example to show you what's going on in our fiction in the Orient. Wang runs he's a CEO of a big company in China, and he hates to get those brown nosers, his lower level employees, asking him again and again for a promotion. So he made a big show, had that wood chipper churning away, had the entire company assembled, and he told Lee, stick that right arm in the wood chipper. And he had told Lee ahead of time that it had a guard on it and it's going to shut down. You stick your arm in. Oh, no, it won't. So Lee, he slowly fed that arm in, and the wood chipper grabbed that arm, pulled him in as far as it could, took off the arm. And Wang, was that the CEO's name? He runs up and makes a big show of shaking his hands. The docs are on hand. They're patching him up. They're patching up that arm. And Wang, shakes the hand. He's passed out, but he shakes the hand anyway for the employees. He's sending a message. He says, "Congratulations, Lee, you are a manager now." And as you can probably guess, not a lot of folks are looking to move up in that company. And yes, Wang goes to see Lee in the hospital. Yes, it's a chipper day. I mean a laminator day. I got most of them done. Goes to see Lee in the hospital, and you know how those Chinese love those electronics. While he was unconscious, they removed the other arm. And Lee wakes up. And he says, "What happened?" Because he goes to, put his hand to his head and yet the arm's not there to do it. And it just so happens that Wang is there, and he goes, "Oh, Lee, congratulations, you're a manager. You're going to have a big office. You got a lot of assistants, and you're going to need them." And he looks over and he says, "What happened? Both arms are missing." And yeah, if you see an old address here other than 4260 Eureka Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065, that's just it. It's an old address. I'm doing some DVD labels and some cards. Anyway, Wang says to Lee, "Well, when the left arm saw what was going on with the right arm, the left arm jumped off." Oh no, they cut the left arm. They amputated. Oh, they got a funny sense of humor in China. And he says, "You rest up, you're going to be bossing a whole lot of folks around." And Wayne kind of figures, what are they going to do? Give a no-arm guy my job? So he's going to make him a top manager. And yes, he leaves, and I told you how they like those electronics and those high-tech toys in China. Well, Lee looks over and he kind of addresses her over on the side there in that hospital room. And he hears that loud sound of the drawer opening, and he looks over and yeah, there's that left arm, animatronic kind of thing. Pops up, crawls along the top of the drawer, and of course gives him the finger. He didn't like watching Righty get chipped up. And as long as I got a little more time here, I'll tell you about the reporter in China, because he's noticing what Charlie's noticing. Whole lot of wood chippers going to companies, and she's an investigative reporter. She's talking to Chong, a CEO, talking to Chong, and she sees this big wood chipper in his parking lot there, and she says, "Why you need a wood chipper? You manufacture recliners. Why do you need a wood chipper?" And he says, "Well, we need to clear some wood, some trees on our property." And she looks around and says, "This is the middle of China, the middle of a city in China, and there's just concrete as far as the eye can see." And Chong just says, "Oh, no comment," and he goes away. And he'll have some folks go out and get rid of the reporter for him. Yes, just like the other CEO. Got tired of everybody wanting a promotion, and he wanted to send a message. And yeah, it's on top of that, our streets are unseen business fiction. And the streets have a funny sense of humor. Now let me update you on what's been going on, since I got some extra time here. What's been going on? Literally, they've been throwing kitchen sinks at me. Broke Windows, Microsoft broke another computer. I'm waiting on the box to come so I can send it back, get my money back. I got the protection plan. And it won't accept the external hard drives. It's nothing to do with the external hard drives. I need to back it up on external hard drive because of that. I never know when they'll throw a kitchen sink at me. The Oriental streets, the unseen business, because, well, the Chinese streets, because they hate the Tommy Parable series. I never know when that's going to happen, so I need to be prepared, and it wouldn't work with my external hard drives anymore. And it's nothing to do with external hard drive, it works with the one in the bedroom. So I'm waiting on that. It's supposed to have been here yesterday. I'll give them till Monday, this is Saturday, to see, then I'll call again. Because I also, the laminator, this is a laminator right here. The laminator, once again, they hate the Tommy Parable series and went over the top with stuff. They, Walmart, I say the Chinese streets are often hiding behind females. Around here, if you seem to see a lot of female Chinese folks cussing in Chinese, that's the reason. But Walmart had a African American woman tell me that they don't have the record for the laminator I bought last November, I believe. They don't have that. And I kind of was disrespectful in my eyes. She said, "Do you have any other emails other than this that I can check for?" And you don't need the email. You got my records. Everything I bought goes online there. And I said, yes, Stone Cold Blue DVD is another email I've used. I'm using my Price Complex 2 email right now. And she says, Stone Cold like the wrestler. Apparently there's a wrestler named Stone Cold. It's over the centuries, it's been quite the nickname. But the point is, she could not find the record for that. I went ahead and bought another laminator. This one right here. And magically, as I'm going to look for, and it's Chinese logic, we get to mess up twice or many times, so I can turn you off. Because they had to break this computer, so I went to go look for the protection plan for it, and yeah, it magically showed up in my, I'd gone through several times, and it was not there. Oh, old, upside down and old address. Convalescent Hospital from Hell, somewhere in there. It magically showed up, so I called up, and they're going to send me a label for that one. I still got the box for it, and they're going to send me what they called a box set for the computer that's not working. And not only that computer, when I got it, I didn't go in turn in the other one. And I think I got like a 3-year protection plan for that one. If not, it's just 2, but it's a paperweight in there right now. So I'm waiting to see how this goes. Because I can turn it into an external hard drive or something. And yeah, back up my stuff. So I'm waiting on a lot of stuff with that. And in the meantime, talk with a nice nurse who actually goes out to visit with her company to folks who have trouble, well, like me, with logistic, you're not working. Oh, you can find documentary after documentary of that, being obvious as anything with that. But yeah, folks who are sick, and I talked with the nurse, the nurse they sent in to evaluate, and I'm waiting for next week and hoping to get some, pain relief meds, sleeping meds, which is the best pain relief around. So I'm waiting on that. Next week I'll have to call them up and see what's going on. But that's what's going on in the life of Stone Cold Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. A man who looks handsome in a hat even though he is bald. Oh, let me do that sugar check before I forget. Remember, you can pick up your own your phone and make a video. This is my phone making this video right here. 15 minutes, I better hurry. Keep it under 20. Be a video pioneer. Your phone makes a video nowadays. Make some videos, make some audios even. Remember to clear them off to your computer and upload from the phone or the computer. And be a video pioneer. Oh, that's underneath there, I believe. May have to take it out. Yeah, I'll show you the big eye. Yeah, this is your family's lifeline. Because I have noticed, I told that to the nurse that came over. It had nothing to do with anything I'm eating. It will all of a sudden spike, or it will be large, high numbers. That's 170. And I just had lunch. I guess it was a couple hours ago. And yeah, a little bit of dessert. Don't tell the medical folks. I've also had stuff like spaghetti and all that is the devil. I've also had many times it be high, as in before I started the Tresiba, and that supposedly has lowered it. It would be very high, like high, which means above 500. And with the new glucometer here, I've had a 530. It actually goes over 500, and the other 400s, 300 and stuff. And then I have my dinner, a nice spaghetti dinner, 2 hamburgers worth of ground beef and the sauce, and angel hair pasta, and not that much of it, and then it will drop 200 points overnight as a sleep. I don't know it's supposed to do that, but I don't think it, it's nothing to do with my food. It would more than likely be part of, growing a new pair of eyes, whole new body. Here's what the eyes looked like back in Louisiana. I started changing in 1996. And they were, if you look real close, you can see, you probably got a little bit of a glare on the front here. But it's got a little bit of blue peeking through. And over here is from 5 years ago. That's 9 years ago. This is 5 years ago. And yeah, it was pretty much like that all the time back in Louisiana, and probably looks that way from right there. But here's the smaller, browner circles slowly disappearing, bigger, bluer circles growing in, through, and around. Medical research being passed by. Let me show you those 5s in case, who cares about medical research? That's your family's lifeline. I'm John Milton Brady. I've been asking for 9/11 Flight 93 checks for over 9 years. I want to try and cut up these smaller ones. There might be some older stuff mixed in, but I want to get at least the 93 checks going. Flight 93 checks, vote-truth.blogspot.com are the newer ones. Look for them. If you go into any of those sites, download. Print them out, hand them out. These are 2 to a 4x6 print. It comes 1 to a 4x6 print. It's under there somewhere. I've been asking for 9/11 Flight 93 checks for a decade now. No certified mail, no non-certified mail about the 93 checks, and no 93 checks. Make a video of whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me. Phone ringing, error message, busy signal. If you get to leave a message, I don't get it, and you don't show up on my caller ID, my call log, my call records. If you tried to call me in the past couple of years, hit my nose. If you tried to call me in the past couple of years, going back from a month ago, with a 911 Flight 93 check, yeah, that's folks worried enough about hijacking America's lifelines to alter phone records to cover it up. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. 424-229-4140. You're making a video of your phone to someone else's phone, timestamp, number on your phone or their phone. They're worried enough about hijacking America's lifelines to alter phone records to cover it up, and yes, it is a religious censorship. So was 9/11, guys. Placing someone named Hussein, cowardly Hussein, in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins with 9/11. That didn't look right, it wasn't right. We don't go by a person's name or the fact that Barack Hussein Obama grew up in Africa before moving to Hawaii, then on to Harvard, and on to be placed in the highest office in the world without due process. Why do I say without due process? Whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me, guys, it's also your Gates livelihood. Aside from being your family's lifeline, not working, not knowing when else or why else, perhaps you're a Christian, perhaps you're not the big name in your business. It's also your Gates livelihood. Meaning when you're calling up countless other customers and you get that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal, it's your Gates livelihood, so Gates in the computer industry, or Google, or Spectrum, or whoever is the big name in your business can get the business instead of you. Let me show you guys how they look now. And the brown ring around them is gone. Doing a little genetic carpentry. Don't try this at home. Dad himself taught me. And sometimes it can be whiter, that brown part in the center there. Sometimes it can be browner. But yes, the white part's been there for about a year now, since I've been taking my vitamins. And yeah, they never caught the light before, both the flashlight and the sunlight. So make that video of America's hijacked lifelines, and yes, back to the place part. That's our democracy being hijacked with our phones and the internet. No comments about those 93 texts by mail, internet. When you are supporting a cause or a candidate and you are on the phones trying to drum up that support, tell folks, vote for this guy, vote for what he supports, this cause, this issue. When you get that boring thing, phone ringing, every message, business signal, it is our Gates democracy. And they say exactly how they place both the buffoon wrestling guy Trump in office and the cowardly Hussein right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. They don't name them Hussein unless they're Muslim guys. Now, you want decent leaders, put the spotlight on truth and do the job reporters aren't doing. Ask whoever's a network news anchor on whatever show, whatever news broadcast you watch, ask them, why aren't you doing your job? All of America can make a video of themselves trying to call John Melton Brady. They can certify mail to him, it doesn't get to him. What is your very active part in the hijacking of the American presidency and our democracy not working the way it should? Mr. Network News Anchor, Mr. Local News Anchor, and all in the public eye, mayors, governors, senators, reporters. Get their reaction in post and come see me. Have Will Travis 25 minutes, so I'm going to have to shut it down. See you tomorrow. Pick up those phones. Be video pioneers. Pick up those cameras and be video pioneers. And yeah, have Will Travis. Show me the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. Remember, it's built on truth, so make that video of truth right now. Your family's hijacked lifeline. See that phone? As every child in America's lifeline to the firemen, police, paramedics. Make a video of being hijacked. Post it. And yeah, ask and answer that question. Oh, I took it down as I had company yesterday. Ask and answer Jesus' question. I'll find it later. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? Here's the World Trade Center responded to fire engine. See that phone as every child in America's lifeline. To the firemen, police, paramedics make a video of being hijacked. And yes, ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? Oh, that's a gruesome wound, genetic wound, part of growing a new pair of eyes, a whole new body. But forget about that. Just make a video and ask and answer that question about Barack Hussein Obama. Is he a terrorist? Is your phone working? Do you know when else it won't be allowed to work? If you can't reach me by phone, yes, I've had my answer. I've asked for a decade, haven't gotten 193 check. You get your answer and you post. We the people must be as reporters. They're not doing their jobs. Come see me in person. Have Whitwell Travis show me the perfect place to build. That immaculate house. Jesus' immaculate house to inspire the future and the present to greatness with. Show me those best people to start building with.